It's time for the absolutely. I'm on my way! Completely. I'm almost there! Random. Why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, January 11th, 2020. That's right, we're still in 2020. It's only the second week. We still have, 50-something to go? 50 to go, I think like 50 to go. But I don't even know anymore. I don't know. Either way, welcome to the podcast, basically. It's been a wonderful week. Boring as all hell for me, but it's been a wonderful week. Speaking of which, what topics do I have to talk about? Well, we have a possible contender, according to the Illuminerd, for what might be the quote-unquote new Power Rangers series in 2021. 2021. It's interesting. Some somber news apparently coming from College Humor. They're laying off employees, and it's not good. And speaking of not good, Warner Brothers has announced that they have signed a deal for an AI-driven film management system. Yeah, they did. We got a Japanese prefecture that is aiming to limit the time kids spend gaming, which it's going to be fun. And it looks like I'm going to be rolling back ye old Pokemon counter frickin' again. God damn son of a bitch, I rolled that thing back already and I destroyed it. But I guess it's time to roll that beautiful bean footage and basically... Oh, sorry, well, there's no beautiful bean footage. And I guess it's time to roll back that counter and once again reset the clock because I guess I had no frickin' choice. I really hate this week. Anyway... Let's get into it, but before that, you know the song and dance, ARHOADS, hyphen 2012 on eBay. Sorry, I started getting a little tune there. Please don't copyright strike me, YouTube. It was just a slip of the tongue. Basically, for all your weird oddity needs, I am trying to get new stuff up. I'm finally getting back into the swing of things here, hopefully, with me being able to work days again. Yay, days! It's a miracle. But yes, so I'm hopefully getting things back to normal. Hopefully. I hope. But yeah, so hopefully everything should start going back a little smoother. So new stuff should be going up onto ye old eBay page. And I know somebody out there's going to go, Andrew, you say that every podcast. Yeah, December kicked my ass. And so far, January's beating me to the ground. So it's not a really good way to start. But don't forget, you can also follow me over on Twitter at Otaku Roads, my official Twitter page. So you can come hit me up there, shoot the shit, chew the fat, what have you. And don't forget, you can also swing on over to the Web Designer 18 Facebook page because, yeah, I have that. And hey, while you're here on YouTube, check out my new channel trailer. If you haven't subscribed beforehand, you just listen to the podcast for the hell of it. Hey, maybe it might be something else that might interest you. Check out my channel trailer. I just updated it this week. Really impressed by it, by the way. I'm really proud of it. So yeah, that's about all I got. So let's dive into the podcast, shall we? Alright, so let's start this off like I usually do, how my week went. I didn't have to work this week. We had a really nasty snowstorm that came through Tuesday night and a Wednesday morning. So that kind of killed the whole I'm going to be working thing. I got called off Tuesday afternoon, so that was fine. Because come 5 in the morning, it was a little slippy on my roadway, and I mean slippy with ice. So that was a good call. I'm not upset about that. And I didn't have to work on Friday then either, so I've been reacclimating myself to the wonders of daylight. It's actually quite beautiful. See, it's a big yellowish glowing orb in the sky. According to legends, they call that the sun. And the sun brightens up the sky and makes plants grow and makes people happy. They do dances for it. There's an entire game that was based upon it. 3 different versions of a game, or 3 different titles in the series. I really wish there'd be a 4th, but yeah, you get the gist of it. So I am kind of getting back to the swing of things. But there is some stuff, though, that happened this week that is kind of interesting. So I talked about it. I did a discussion video. I'm not going to go into too much detail on here, but the COPA law is now in full effect on YouTube, and it is not going over very well. So for those of you out there that you may not be happy with my swearing in some of my rant videos, I kind of have to do a little bit of it now so that my videos stay out of the child range. If I talk about, like, let's say, Pokemon or Power Rangers, because those have been designated for kids. Basically, Pokemon, Power Rangers, Transformers, even the theme songs for Power Rangers, I found out, are designated for kids now. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just annoying because you don't get notifications, although I don't know how accurate that is anymore, because I got a notification, since I am subscribed to Bolt Matrix's channel, I got a notification of a new video that he put up, but still have some issues with all the other stuff. No comments, which my channel's not for kids, and I like getting my comments. So, like I said, if I have to drop a swear word in my rant videos or in some of my videos, like, well, most of the time I just generally say, like, shit and stuff like that. So that'll probably, edge me fine. But for Pokemon and stuff that I know has been designated for kids, I'm going to have to drop an F-bomb. Which is fine, because it'll usually happen. But just fair warning. This is also going to put a bit of a hamper on some of my upcoming channel reviews that I wanted to do, because now I have to rethink those. Because there were some channels that I had already planned to do a review on, which I now can't. Because then I would be trying to push people to children's content, and therefore I would feel like, in my own way, I'm a freaking supplier, and I don't want to feel like that. So I'm not happy about that. I've been having an issue with my ear all week. It's been getting a little stuffy, and then it almost feels like it wants to pop. Like it's waterlogged or something. It just wants to pop, and it just hasn't gotten to that point yet, and it's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's been an annoying week. I did put up a discussion video vis-a-vis the whole YouTube COPA situation going on. I actually put some work into that. Granted, the last, I think 20-some minutes, just static logo, but a majority of it's right within, the first 10 minutes, I want to say, and then stick around to hear me just throw a fit, basically, at how YouTube just screwed the creators over. I know that there's a Twitter user that said something about that they're going to be talking actually down in Washington about it. So if you want to swing over there, if you have any questions or concerns, they're willing to bring them up when they go. I do avoid politics and religion like the plague here on my channel, but the COPA thing doesn't technically qualify as politics because it affects everybody, even though it's a law, but it affects everyone. It's not politics, it's government. There's a difference. So I'm not going to do it all the time, but it's just right now it's the big thing. So there is that. Had an issue trying to get that video uploaded. That was a fun time and a half. Like I said in the opening, I have a new trailer up. I did that. I just recorded not one, but 2 rant videos. So they're going to be going up. I'm going to try, I say this in quotation marks because I don't know how well it's going to work out, but I'm going to try to get the one up to the same day as the podcast, and then maybe put the other one up on Monday. Notice how I say try in quotation marks there. So there is that. Otherwise, week went kind of well. Loving the Puzzles and Dragons Kamen Rider collaboration. I got Zeo. I have now 3 Kamen Rider builds. I tried the machine again today, and I got another build, so that kind of sucks, because that means that I'm stuck with an extra one, which I really don't want. I also have Ryuki. I got 2 of the Ichigos. I think two of the supers, Agito, Poppin. I did finally get my hands on Uja, which was a miracle in itself, and Zio. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good in that. But otherwise, it's been a dull, boring week. So yeah, let's dive into this, shall we? Let's go into the podcast. Okay, so with the new year officially upon us, fans out there are just pondering this magical question. So, what's the next Power Rangers adaptation? We're almost through with Beast Morphers, and I'm assuming we're probably going to get Super Beast Morphers. I don't know. Or Super Beast, whatever the hell they're going to come out with for the second half, since Nickelodeon has an arbitrary X amount of episodes per season rule. So the Illuminerd, which is a really interesting site, by the way, because they actually had a article on here that caught my attention. I wanted to talk about it last week, but I decided against it since I had 2 other things that were a little more interesting. They basically had a thing about how Jason David Frank's brother was actually set to be the Gold Ranger for Power Rangers Zeo. However, he turned it down then after the work schedule kind of got like sort of the best of him. And it was a really very well done article, I'm not going to lie. If you get a chance, I put it up on Facebook. I have it up on Twitter. If you get a chance, check it out. It is really, it is a good read. I'm not going to lie. It is worth the read. But here we go. So, Rue Soldier. That was the, I think, current one. Oh, wait a minute. They might have updated it yet, but it should be the current one. They are expecting this to be the upcoming 2021 Hasbro adaptation for Power Rangers. So, here's the premise of this. This is the one that's like dinosaurs and knights. It's sort of like, and this is how I always felt it when I saw the designs for it and everything else. It almost seems like Koruger Part 2. Like, this is the next step up for them. Because it almost looks like it's just the same costumes with some new silver trend thrown in and a bit different design for like the, well, it's like the helmet's the same but with like the silver thrown onto it, and then the outfit's a little different, but it basically, they're sharing some similarities, and it's a little unnerving basically. But yeah, I do apologize. I had to sneeze there. I was feeling it. So, a source close to Hasbro has said that the next season would actually be Rue Soldier, the dinosaur-based Super Sentai. Many fans of Super Sentai had mixed feelings on Rue Soldier's storyline. Yeah, because multiple fans were going that, Sentai is going downhill. It's not going to exist anymore. It's going to be done after a year, which it's still going. I don't ever see. I mean, we're getting a new one. Machin Sentai Kiramiger. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it yet. So that's interesting. But Hasbro got their hands on Power Rangers after Saban sold them the rights, including to the toy line too. I think they got that from Bandai, but either way, Hasbro's the main deal, and they started off slow, but they started picking up. Before they got marked as children's stuff, and I don't want to watch too much children's stuff so YouTube doesn't think that I'm a child account. I did watch a couple clips of Beast Morphers, and it was really good. I'm not gonna lie, they did get better. But we do have this whole, they're picking a Sentai that's literally, I'm thinking, just ending. So, first off, you have 3 other Sentai you could choose from and buy this one some time to really think of the story. You have, you have Tokuger, you have Q Ranger, and you have Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger. Sorry about that. So, you have those 3 to choose from too. Now, granted, Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger is basically cops and robbers, which you could easily turn for a U.S. audience and basically say, oh, look, here we go. This is your, and I want to say, oh, God, how do you want to, like Power Rangers Rescue Squad, where it's, one actually does like the patrolling, the other one are like search and rescue style, like they recover items that are supposedly stolen and return them to their proper place, stuff like that. You could easily throw something like that into the mix. There were fans that were thinking, oh, Hasbro will remake Megaforce. No, they're not going to remake Megaforce. Megaforce was a shit show. That was a dumpster fire at best, and at worst, it was a horrible dumpster fire. It just doesn't deserve to stay as a Power Ranger series. It's ruined. Technically, it's ruined Power Rangers because they intertwined all of the Sentai by using the Gokaiser footage, intertwined all the Sentai. So now you can't take a former Sentai series pre-Zyuranger, like Jetman or Bioman or Maskman, and use it for something that's not Power Rangers related. Because now they've ruined it, basically, by having them part of the, having them part of Super Mega Force, and basically half-assing that anniversary, which was piss poor. So they're not going to remake an old season. They could have easily done Q Ranger would have been pretty cool. Call it Power Rangers Galaxy, Guardians or something, or Galaxy Force, or Galaxy Squad or something. Because that one's actually pretty cool. The whole concept of constellations. You have a dragon, a literal like dragon human hybrid that's the master and mentor. Has one of the best transformations. Had like a weak mode that he created himself, and then gets a powered up form from the dragon constellation, and then gets a kick-ass Zord to boot. You have a Phoenix that gets his own version of a Zord. You have an android that two robots that become Rangers. Oh, so it's three actually, because there's a third one. So 3 that become Rangers. All those were really cool. And then you have Tokuger, which was the train one. And people were like, oh, but they're not going to do that because of that whole, there's a part where the red train kind of extends itself down because it formed the chest plate. It kind of popped down and made it look like it had a long wang. Look, you could easily just not use that piece of footage and just edit that out. That's not that freaking difficult. So, yeah, I mean, that's 3 other ones you could choose from other than this one. But then again, Hasbro's taking their chances with Beast Morphers. And Beast Morphers was based off of and used as the footage from Tokumi Sentai Go Busters. And Go Busters was heavily hated in Japan. It did not do extremely well. It was looked down upon. It was hated. But then again, and I will argue this, it came after the 35th Super Sentai series. It was the 36th. It had shoes it could not fill. It was never going to fill those shoes. I mean, you're looking at this thing like, oh, hey, it's going to be the greatest Sentai series ever. It's never going to fill those shoes. Not once. So that just kind of sucks. But whether or not they're going to go with this is up in the air. But Illuminator does have some really good information on this. Though I really do wish they would go with Q Ranger instead. That one would be really cool. But there's a supposed reason why they're not going with it. Something about the Yellow Ranger's helmet might be too pointy. Could possibly cause injury. There's too many characters with you having a total of... It's 12 Rangers total, which I'd like to specify something. You had how many Rangers for RPM? You had the original 3, plus the 2, and then the other 2. So that was what? 7? You had how many for Ninja Steel? You had 3 Red Ninjas. So, I mean, it's going to add up eventually. At some point down the road, you're going to have a crap ton of Rangers. And the style and what the story is about, it would work so well as a Power Rangers adaptation because there's so much stuff in it that would technically work. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. Whether or not we're going to get it or not, it's going to be up in the air yet. It hasn't been made official to the best of my knowledge, but still, it would be nice if we would get, whichever one they come out with, it's going to be fine. Hopefully. Dinosaurs are cool, but we just had Dino Charge like 2 seasons ago. This will be the second season. 4 seasons ago would have been Dino Charge because you would have had Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, whatever was it, Beast X Morphers now, I guess, or whatever the hell they're gonna call it. So it's 4 seasons earlier we had a dinosaur theme. Now 4 seasons later we're getting another one. I would go 6 seasons and then do a dinosaur. But you know what? That's just me. What the hell? What the hell do I know? I mean, they went from mystical Zeo powers with a crystal that grows stronger the more it's in the presence of good. It gets stronger over time, basically. It doesn't even need to be in the presence of good. It just gets stronger over time. To cars. It's basically, let's just use the Sentai footage. Now that we're jumping around Sentai, you have the option to now pick and choose, and it's just they don't know which one they want to go with. I'd say put some time and effort into it, think about it, and then choose. Don't just pick the first one that you think looks shiny and nice and throw that one on top of the mantle. It may not work. But, yeah, so, I mean, as far as it goes, I'm fine with anything. It's not like I'm going to be able to watch it anymore because I won't be able to watch clips on YouTube without having YouTube think I might be a child, which really annoys the hell out of me. I hope that gets altered at some point. But yeah, so this is basically, I don't know. Either way, I think it's pretty cool. They're at least looking into this. We might have an idea. I mean, but like I said, it'd be nice because there's still so many of them that we didn't get. I mean, they skipped over Die Ranger. If you think about it, we technically did get somewhat a Kaku Ranger with the Alien Rangers, so can't really count that one. O-Ranger was Zeo, Car Ranger was Turbo, not Deca, Mega Ranger was in space, Ginga Man was Lost Galaxy, Go-Go 5 was Lightspeed Rescue, Time Force was Time Ranger. It's ironic. Gal Ranger was Wild Force. What was it? Ninja Storm was Hurricaneger. Abba Ranger was Dino Thunder. Oh, God. Going through all the ones here in my head. SPD was Deca Ranger. Magi Ranger was Mystic Force. And so on and so forth down the line. So you get the idea. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get a decent Power Rangers adaptation for the 2021 season. I'm just a little skeptical about it being Rue Soldier. Soldier. I'm just a little skeptical on it. But then again, I'm skeptical about a lot of stuff. That one though, definitely. Just saying it. Just putting it out there. Okay, so here's some sad and somber news for a lot of people to start off their year, especially if you work for College Humor. Chances are you lost your job. Almost everyone at College Humor has lost their jobs, in fact. This came out of left field, and I saw something online about it, and I'm just like, holy crap. But yeah, so the online comedy outlet has announced massive layoffs after, one that has managed to survive on the internet despite challenges for nearly 20 years. And they've announced layoffs. About 100 employees in New York and Los Angeles have lost their jobs. Around 5 to 10 people will remain at the company as it restructures under the supervision of CCO Sam Reich, who explained the news on Twitter. So this is really sad news here. So this is the thing that was put out here. So bad news with a twist. IAC, our parent company, has made the difficult decision to no longer finance us. Today, 100 plus brilliant people lost their jobs, some of whom are my dear, dear friends. Hire them. The twist, however, is that IAC has agreed to let me run with the company, it says run with the company myself, in words that I'm sure are as surreal to read as they are to type. I will soon become the new majority owner of College Humor Media. Of course, I can't keep it going like you're used to. While we were on the way to becoming profitable, we were nonetheless losing money. And I myself have no money to be able to lose. Long story short, I need your support now more than ever. The number one way you can support me is to stay subscribed to Dropout. We have 6 months worth of content still to release. Dimension 20, Game Changer, Breaking News, and more. Dropout 2.0 launches at the end of the month. Along with it come 2 long-desired features. A, downloads, and B, international Discord access. In these 6 months, I hope to be able to save Dropout, College Humor, Draw Feed, Dorkly, and many of our shows. Some will need to take on bold new creative directions in order to survive. You may not agree with all of them, and this won't be the last time I ask you for your support. I will, however, do my very best to stay true to the talent, shows, fans, and principles that got us where we are today. We dropped out once before, we can do it again. Independent comedy lives on, just now more independent than ever before. There was it says gulp, that's why I gulped, by the way. So, this really sucks. I did watch some Dropout. I did watch College Humor. They have a YouTube channel. I watched some Dorkly. In fact, I'm subscribed to Dorkly, and I think College Humor. I've watched Adam Ruins Everything. I know a lot of people hate that show, but I thought it was interesting. I found it interesting. So there's that. I've watched Dorkly. Today in Nerd History is one of my favorite shows. But yeah, this sucks. I'm not gonna lie. This really does suck. So College Humor, which also runs the streaming comedy service Dropout, which is definitely a very scary thing. If they're running that, they may not be able to keep that thing going. Money-wise, will be really tight. Has been owned by Barry Diller's IAC, our Interactive Corp, since 2006. IAC also owns the video site Vimeo, several dating sites, and apps like Match.com and Tinder. Yeah, I'll give you a moment to stop laughing. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and the news site The Daily Beast. Not even touching that. According to a Bloomberg report from October, IAC had been exploring a possible sale of College Humor in recent months. After Reich takes over, IAC will reportedly retain a majority stake in the company. So what the hell? You're not going to finance them, but you're going to want a stake in the company. I mean, you're going to want money that they don't have. That's stupid. So here we go. A representative from IAC said in a statement, Sam was the best choice to acquire CH Media and define its next chapter. The decision places CH Media with an owner who is beloved by fans, passionate about the business, and sees a future we believe in. It's just sad. Still, layoffs and complete shutdowns have been a trend for internet comedy outlets in the recent years. Several rounds of layoffs took place at Funny or Die between 2016 and 2018, including the closing of the company's San Mateo engineering office and its New York office, as well as layoffs of its entire editorial team in early 2018, which preceded its partnership with Vox Media's platform later that year. NBC Universal streaming comedy service CISO suffered an even steeper decline, shutting down in 2017 after less than 2 years. And then Turner's comedy site Super Deluxe shut down in 2018. So this is just getting sadder and sadder as it goes, and it's just worse and worse. This is all. That is all to say that it's tougher than ever to survive as an online comedy outlet. It does. So you have what was College Humor saying? College Humor's staying power was partly thanks to its attempts to adapt from a place for new comedy talent to experiment to a home where some talent could make the leap to television and other projects without leaving. Adam Conover's true TV series Adam Ruins Everything, for example, is based off of a College Humor web series of the same name. It's a lot easier to build out and up than it is to build down and in. Reich told Side Splitter in 2016. We have an experimental club. We've had this ruse going, this soap in the cauldron for decades, or soup in the cauldron for decades, or for a decade. And we have a special company sauce that you can't replicate. You need to put in a decade. So despite the bad news, College Humor managed to stick around since 1999, which is an accomplishment on its own. So this just sucks. I'm not going to lie about this. This is horrible news, especially to start the year off. You have College Humor has basically laid off a lot of their employees. They may not survive the next... come 6 months from now, come June, they might not be around anymore. In fact, and it could even be sooner than that. Because if they're going to have a majority... If IAC is going to have a majority stake in this yet, they're going to want money. They're going to look at this and say, hey, wait a minute, we're a majority shareholder. You need to start paying us royalties. You need to start giving us the money that we're owed. And they're not going to have it. And then they're going to go, oh, well, we need to invoke some type of clause that says you need to pay us. And they'll take the money because they'll say that they're entitled to it if they're going to be a majority shareholder. It doesn't work this way. They don't want to financially fund them, but they're going to come after them for money the way it seems. This isn't the type of thing that's going to easily blow over. And when it comes down to it, the money's going to burn out fast. Whatever they make is going to probably go right out the door just as quickly as they're getting it. And all of a sudden it'll be, hey, we're making $60,000, $70,000 a day. And within a month, hey, we owe them $8 million now in back taxes and debt, and what they're claiming for royalties. So yeah, this isn't gonna end well. The only thing I can say is that if you like their stuff, stay subscribed to them. I know they have a YouTube channel. I know they have a I know they have Dropout TV, but I know there's a YouTube channel and all that stuff. Stick around to those. Keep your ear to the ground on this. New stuff could happen. Stuff could change. I don't know. But either way, I'm not going to lie. It's terrible. It really is. It is a terrible thing to even think about. That they've laid off 100 employees. So that's a great way to start the year. Hey, it's 2020. Hey, good news. You're laid off. Goodbye. Get out. Yeah, what a way to start off the new year. Yeah, bye, 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 goodbye, goodbye, get out, goodbye, so long, bye. It's sad, it really is. Alright, so Warner Brothers has done what I think has to be one of the biggest bonehead decisions in the history of for frickin' ever. Goddamn bastards. So what have they done? That's what you're asking out there. Well, let me tell you. They signed the deal for an AI-driven film management system. So what the hell does that mean? Basically, they're going to have a computer come out with movies. There you go. So, first off, I would laugh hysterically, but it would probably kill me because I would be able to breathe right. The studio has made a pact with Sineltech, Cinelytic, to use its project management system that was launched last year. So basically, figure it this way: Warner Brothers is now the Borg. We are Warner Brothers. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Basically. And cool. It's just anything can happen on this podcast. I just got my first stink bug of the year because it's like 60 freaking degrees outside. So yay, that's fun. The movie decisions, though, Division has signed a deal with this place to use the latter's AI-driven project management system to basically make their come up with their movies, I guess. This is gonna be fun. So under the new deal, Warner's will leverage the system's comprehensive data and predictive analytics to guide decision making at the greenlight stage. The integrated online platform can access the value of a star in any territory and how much a film is expected to make in theaters and on other ancillary streams. So, first off, no. Just no. Just not gonna, no. Okay, so this place has been building and beta testing the platform for 3 years. In 2018, they raised $2.25 million from T&B Media Global and signed deals with Ingenious Media, Wind River, and Productive Media, The Little Hours, STX, which endured a number of flops in 2019, including Playmobil and Ugly Dolls, became a Cineltech client in September. When did Playmobil come out again? That thing tanked in the box office. Oh, yeah. When did that come out again? While the platform won't necessarily predict what will be the next billion-dollar surprise, like Warner's hit Joker, it will reduce the amount of time executives spend on low-value, repetitive tasks and instead give them better dollar figure parameters for packaging, marketing, and distribution decisions, including release dates. Look, you can easily figure out release dates. What the hell's coming out? They make that stuff apparent to the world. Oh, look, there's an entire website that could tell you what's coming out. You could hire somebody to basically scour that website and go, oh, okay, so this movie's coming out on this date, and this movie's coming out on this date. So if we want our movie to be a success, we should shoot for a couple weeks after this movie came out. We might nail everybody. It's idiot-proof to do it on your own, but no, we're going to have a computer do it for us. Why don't they just get the Staples Easy button? That was easy. Yeah, okay. Freaking hell. But these people, the Cineltech, I don't even know how to pronounce this. I really don't. First off, STX endured a number of flops, including Playmobil and Ugly Dolls. I didn't even know Ugly Dolls became a movie until I started watching some stuff on YouTube. I didn't even know it was a movie. I just thought it was a crappy little toy thing that we had sitting at work in the one section in the toys department. I'm not even joking. And they became a client of this company in September. Their movies suck. Are they supposed to be this, song of, hey, look, we can have good movies too. All you have to do is basically agree to, do us, but no. The platform, though, is particularly helpful in the festival setting, where studios get caught in bidding wars and pluck down massive sums after only hours of assessment, as happened with New Line's $15 million acquisition of, Blinded by the Light out of last year's Sundance Film Festivals. The AI's insight might also have altered decision making. This is going to be good. On some of the Warner's misfires from 2019, such as The Kitchen, Shaft, and Godzilla, King of the Monsters. No, anybody and their grandma could have told you that Godzilla, King of the Monsters was going to be a bad idea. You just didn't want to listen to them. Any idiot in the world could have told you that The Kitchen would have been a bad idea. You just, again, didn't want to listen to them. And anyone would have told you Shaft would have been a bad idea, but again, you didn't want to listen to them. The system can calculate in seconds what used to take days to assess by a human when it comes to general film package elevation or a star's worth. This is insane. We make tough decisions every day that affect what and how we produce and deliver films to theaters around the world, and the more precise our data is, the better we will be able to engage our audiences. And sorry if you're hearing me open up a baggie. I kind of pulled a toenail while I'm sitting here, so I was kind of reaching for a bandage. I just wanted to say that just in case you heard me open up my Ziploc bag of bandages. So yeah, that's what that knows, and my little plastic case that they're all sitting in. So I apologize for that if you heard that. But basically, back to this bullshit. This is insane. So artificial intelligence might sound scary right now. Yeah, I'm still thinking Skynet. I'm still thinking we're like one step away from frickin' Judgment Day here. Now we're having a machine pick the movies for us. Hey, that's great, said no one ever. Hey, that's beautiful, said no one ever. Hey, you want to know what else is a great idea? No, I didn't think so. This is just idiotic, I guess would be a good way to put it. Stupid, dumb, completely insane. No, that pretty much covers it. I just love this, how they go, we make tough decisions every day that affect what and how we produce and deliver the films. Really, you make tough decisions. What, whether or not to greenlight this movie because, oh hey, this actor's in it and they're worth a couple $100,000 right now. Or hey, we should greenlight this movie because it's part of a franchise and that franchise is really freaking huge right now. Really? Maybe Warner Brothers could have had this a couple years ago when they greenlit Justice League. That might have saved them from that Zack Snyder abomination. Or better yet, Batman v Superman. That thing could have been stopped before it ever hit the dawn of light. Yeah, it can calculate in seconds what used to take days to assess by a human. It could take me about 3 hours to assess what movie should have to go, what movie can go out on what day for release date. You want to know what a star's worth? There's a website for that. Hell, there's probably an app for that. You have to shove all this into a computer, you lazy ass pricks. Really, this is lazy at best. And it's like, no, this is the new system. This is how the world's going to work from now on. No, this is lazy as lazy gets. This is pure grade A lazy. And that's saying something. I mean, seriously, this is... I just can't... I just can't scratch my head around this. Still, Hollywood fancies a talent that operates on gut instinct rather than algorithms. Yes! Yes, they do! Somebody on Twitter put a thing up that said that if it wasn't for, I think it was Jon Favreau, who went to Marvel and said, hey, let's give this actor a chance. He's just out of rehab. He's, just somewhat okay. He's not the world's greatest actor. Let's give him a shot in the lead role of our kickoff to the MCU. Let's give him a shot. What's his name? Robert Downey Jr. And the rest was fucking history. No, seriously, that's literally how it goes. And the rest was history. And Yeah, I'd rather have a gut instinct than an algorithm. An algorithm can tell you, oh, sure, this area will be good for this type of movie, and this area will be good for this type of movie. Or, hey, we can try to get this actor in this, it might get us. You're never, never gonna get it perfectly accurate. Everybody in the world has their own tastes. Just because something looks nice on paper doesn't mean it's going to fit into actuality. Let's think about this logically for a moment, shall we? It's not possible for you to like 3 things at once, but it is possible for you to try 3 things at once. It's not possible for you to like a multitude of things that could exist, at the same time, in the same spot, at the same moment, but it is plausible for you to like everything that can exist. This is one of those, it looks good on paper, but this does not equate to what it would work for. But also, it's going to calculate in seconds. We used to take days. When it comes to general film package evaluation or a star's worth. Google, IMDb, there's a fucking app for that. As far as film package evaluation, what would you need to evaluate? When to launch it, where to launch it. Well, if it's a wide release, you don't have to worry about that everywhere. When to launch it, Google release dates and see what your competition's doing. Really? Well, what's the most opportune? Don't pick a fucking holiday. Don't pick if you want to release it in the middle of the week, you might have a chance. Nobody ever does that except for around the holidays, but you could have a shot. There's an entire amount of stuff that you should, shouldn't, and can't do when it comes to releasing movies. This makes no sense. They want to put this all to an AI system. I think this is Warner. I think this is Warner Brothers' piss poor attempt to say, "Hey, we never had a chance. We know we screwed up. We took a bath on Justice League. The only 2 good movies that even managed to get us some money were Wonder Woman and Aquaman. But almost everything else we've taken a bath on. We're desperate. If you're that desperate, might I introduce you to Marvel and Disney? The 2 scheming sons of bitches that pretty much gave us all that, hey, Spidey's out of the MCU. And about a week later, hey, Spidey's back in the MCU. Really? Sons of bitches. Really? Hey, just go merge with them if you're that desperate that you need to turn to AI. An AI film management system. Like I said, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I'm mixed. I feel like laughing. I feel like laughing, but at the same time, I kind of feel like crying because this is just sad upon sad. It really freaking is. I don't know. What's next? You're gonna come up with a computer to instantly tell me what I like to watch online. Oh wait, we have that. It's called YouTube. I forgot. We already have that algorithm. It's called YouTube. All right, so here's something interesting that I found throughout the week on the internet. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. But I think at the same time, I might have talked about it before or the possibility of it before. I just don't remember. So there's a Japanese prefecture that's aiming to limit the amount of time that kids are spending gaming. And it's the Kagawa Prefecture located in northeast of Shikoku Island. It's got a ton of history both in and around it. Some of the local officials, though, are going to be cracking the whip about how the youth in the area spend their time. First off, they're kids. They're younger than you. So long as they're not causing a crap ton of mayhem, don't go to town on them for something. They want to play games, let them. They might have a prominent career as a gamer. You never know. They could become the next... Okay, I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but you get the idea. I'm just going to shut up and go back to the topic now. Oh, this is fun. But anyway, so like I said, some of the local officials are going to start cracking the whip. The Prefectural Assembly recently got together to create an ordinance that aims to curb the amount of time kids spend playing games, with the ultimate goal of pushing back against internet and video game addiction. Okay, I will admit the internet and video games can be addicting. However, there is a very simple solution for this. And it's not even really that drastic. Just basically take the thing away from them for a couple minutes, or just let it go till they get bored. Eventually they are going to get bored of it. It does happen. I mean, I have this all the time. You can get addicted to the internet. You can get addicted to video games. I did that once. When I was in high school, I got Dragon Ball Z Boo's Fury for the Game Boy Advance. It came out earlier than I thought it was going to, and I got it on a Sunday. And that Monday, I was having a hell of a time concentrating in class. I'm not going to lie. Because I just kept thinking about that game. It's in the back of my mind. The game's sitting at home. I like checking my watch, and I'm like, another hour, then classes are done for the day, and I get to go home and play. And that's exactly what I thought the whole time. I'm not going to lie. Now, I'm 30. I shouldn't say, I'm technically in my 30s. I mean, I'm 30. I've been 30 for a few months now. So I'm 30. So now I'm an adult-ish. I kind of see the looking back, it's like, yeah, I kind of understand it. The results, though, are a general guideline for schools and parents as to how much time kids should spend with their hands on the controller. Oh, God. According to the ordinance, no more than an hour of game time should be allowed on weekdays for those younger than high schoolers. The same age range should spend no more than 90 minutes of game time per day over the weekends or on holidays, and should stop gaming altogether at 9 p.m. What the hell is this? Anarchy? Stop gaming at 9 p.m.? 1 hour a day? No more than 90 minutes? Oh, wow, it's the weekend. I get an extra 30 minutes. That's like when I was a kid. I'd ask my mom, hey, can I stay up for an extra 30 minutes? It's like I get to go to bed at 9:30 tonight. Woohoo! I was on cloud 9. I can just see these kids now. Oh, look, it's the weekend. I get to spend an extra 30 minutes gaming. Yeah. No. Oh, you get an hour of... Oh, God. Look, this is how I feel about video games. Yes, okay, it can be addictive, so can the internet. Basically, just set a rule. Tell the kid, hey, look, you got to get your work done first. Then you can play. If they get their work done, then they play. They just go and set a timer on your wireless system or set a timer on their phone or on their game. There's ways to do that to shut it off at a certain time. That'll crack them out of it going, oh, crap, okay, and it'll get them set, it'll get them stuck in that. That's an idea. It doesn't necessarily have to be the idea, but that's an idea. Now, that's just for the younger than high schoolers. That'd be elementary and middle schoolers. You poor, poor children, you have my deepest sympathy. High schoolers, on the other hand, oh, this will be good. High schoolers, the Assembly recommends no more than 90 minutes on weekdays, with the cutoff for games coming just a little later at 10 p.m. So that's great. Okay, so let's imagine that you have a household, and older brother and sister are playing the game, and the younger sibling is playing with them. Younger sibling now has to stop at 9, whereas older siblings get to go for an extra hour. No. That don't fly here. No. Once the ordinance is fully drafted, the Assembly will take public feedback before submitting it for the next month's meeting. While there are no penalties involved for those who break these rules, this marks the first local ordinance of its type for restricting game time throughout all of Japan. Notice how they said this is the first local ordinance. What does that tell you? Look, you're going to take public feedback, and that's honestly a good idea. But here's the thing. It's going to be negative. I doubt highly there's going to be a lot of positive feedback for this. I don't feel like people should be punished for having something that's readily available to them. Now, like I said, does that mean that I condone it? Well, we're in a world where you could literally, be doing this. You can't have no more than an hour per weekday. You do realize that these kids could be learning a hobby via YouTube or looking stuff up to further their own hobby. So does that hour count for, hey, I need to help do like a report or something, for my class? Or, hey, I need to look up some stuff for, this, to double check something. Or, hey, I had an idea for this. I want to see if it's possible. And it's school-related. Does that count into your hour? Probably. So that's great. So you get an hour a day. So if you spend an hour a day having to look something up for school, that's your hour of internet time / gaming time. That's it. Wow! I had to use it for school. That's a waste. I can't have any fun now. Oh, no, you can have fun on the weekends. Oh, wait, no, you may not be able to. You only get 90 minutes. Oh, you get an extra 30 minutes. But then you might end up having something you got to take care of and do on the weekend. That's 90 minutes. Oh, crap, it's been 90 minutes. I just got all my homework done. I can't even play a game now. Yeah, this is sad. First off, if they would try anything like that here in the States, it would not fly well. My mom made the comment a while back. I showed her a video. This is how they do lunch at a Japanese school. And she was just shaking her head. Now, my mom used to work in an elementary school cafeteria. So when she saw this and she's asking me questions like, well, what's this on this and this, I can answer some of the questions. I couldn't answer all of them, but I can answer some. And then all of a sudden, it's like, none of this would fly here in the States. There was like a list of rules that the students had to do at the end of each day for class. Clean up the classroom, move the desks, clean the floor, clean the blackboard, empty this and that, take books back to certain areas and do stuff like that. And everybody was assigned a chore. And she's just like, none of that would fly in this day and age. Cleaning the school, oh my God, the parents would be screaming corporal punishment. You're punishing my child for learning. Ma'am, we're punishing your child for nothing. This isn't a punishment. This is a requirement. No, this is a punishment. You're punishing my child for coming to this school to learn. Remember, kids, why Kid Johnny Reed is the #1 topic here. So like I said, I don't see this gonna be going over well. If it does, more power to it, but I don't see this ending well. I see this ending quite horribly, possibly pissed off individuals. Personally, I'm against it. If you want my honest opinion, I'm against it. Because, and it's like I said, does that hour, what's not to stop them? All of a sudden, they're going to have issues, and then they're going to start finding a way to, find it. It's a slippery slope. Because they're basically going, okay, here's the groundwork that we want to put out. That's fine. You're basically saying this is a suggestion. And that's honestly what it reads. This is what, grabbed my attention. Because it seems like this is a suggestion. They're recommending this. It's a recommendation. It's not saying that you have to do this. It's a recommendation. But what's not to stop them from saying, well, I don't want to do it. And 6-7 months down the road, we have the same issues that we're having now, or whatever the hell the issues are. They still want to curb it. It's like, yeah, it's not working good enough. Then they start implementing fines or other things, and then it's just a slippery slope. them taking public feedback is a good idea. I'm not going to lie about that, because then that shows that, hey, we want to get the public's opinion. Like I said, because you could have somebody that, like an elementary school kid that could be doing a project, they need the internet to look it up, and then, oh, there you go. That's, if you get like an hour of gaming, they might consider that the internet, hey, there's your hour, for that as well. Then you just used up your hour you could have been playing games when your homework was done doing your homework. I kind of see this being a not good thing. But yeah, but like I said, they try anything like that here in the States, there'd be backlash like you wouldn't believe. But then again, that's what caught my interest, is that, because when you instantly think gaming, you think Japan. At least I do. Because Japan always gets the better games. Another Century Zero. Oh god, so many good ones. Look at the Super Famicom. They had a whole bunch of. They had Tales of Symphonia for the PlayStation 2. Okay, we had it for the GameCube. They had it for the PS2, and I think the GameCube. But they had it for the game. They had it for the PS2. We had it for the GameCube. They get the better games over there. And now it's basically, you're like saying, here's your culture, now don't enjoy it. That's a part of your culture too, in a way. But alright, whatever. I'm against it. That's my stance on it. But yeah, I just found it interesting, because in all honesty, you would never think of that being something that you would imagine happening in Japan. Suspending and limiting video game and internet time. Wow, that's a wow. Alright, so let's kind of make this one as quick as possible, like yanking off a bandage, because I've done a rant video on it. I really don't want to go into this whole ordeal again, but let me just state the following. Pokemon is not only for kids, it can be for adults as well. But, so that I can avoid any possible problems with YouTube and the COPA law, goddamn diddly ding dong crap! There, I've said that. Okay, so, Pokemon Sword and Shield, there was a direct this week, and some new Pokemon stuff was revealed. Mystery Dungeon remakes coming to the Switch, and we're getting DLC for Sword and Shield, which I did kind of call that. Back when they were coming out, I said there's probably going to be some DLC. That's the only way I could see them adding any stuff in here. They might add like stuff as DLC. I said it would have been nice if they could have just did that for the other Pokemon, just added in DLC. I want to know where the spy camera or microphone is in my room, Game Freak, because that's what they're doing. So the DLC, this is really fun. So the downloadable content's coming in two different forms. You have the Isle of Armor and the the Crown of Tundra. That's what it is. So these are coming out this year, with Isle of Armor coming in June of 2020 and Crown of Thunder coming fall of 2020. The Isle of Armor is going to feature new clothes, rivals, and Pokemon previously unseen in the Galar region. Like legendary Pokemon, Kubfu, you're getting your starters are going to be able to Gigantamax, you're getting Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, as well as Slowpoke and a few dozen others. As well as the legendaries, apparently, from previous games. I did read that somewhere, too. All for the low price, according to this article from Kotaku, of $30. Now, I did some digging in my rant video. If you haven't listened to that yet, I highly recommend it, because I lose my shit near the end of it. Where this game is apparently on the EC Nintendo site. I don't know what the hell that means, but when I typed in trying to find the eShop, that's what came up. They're selling Pokemon Sword for about $80, which first off is highway robbery. And the expansion pass, which is what this thing is qualifying as, for $45. Again, highway robbery. And you can get the bundle of both for $124.95. Astronomical highway robbery that honestly makes me scratch my head. So, first off, I'm not a fan of this. However, you can use the save data from your Galarian Pokedex. So basically, for Pokemon Sword and Shield, you can play the new story with your save data. So this is basically post-game content that they're adding to this game, something that was severely lacking. You're getting Pokemon, you're getting more Pokemon, you're getting a new area to explore, basically 2 if you figure both expansion passes. My guess is you have to pay for both of them individually, or you're getting both of them together. I have not been able to find proof of either or. But basically, you're paying money for what equates to a new Pokemon game that they're shoving into the old Pokemon game. There you go. That's basically what it is. It's disturbing, I'm not going to lie. It's wrong. It's immoral. But yeah, so the Crown Tundra is going to take place in a remote frozen outpost and is focused on exploration. Though it's further out than the Isle of Armor, but we do know that it also comes with a legendary Pokemon, Calyrex, and a new form of co-op play where players can explore Pokemon dens with other players. Yeah. The new stories are going to be on a seamless map, like the wild area in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Though Game Freak said in the Nintendo Direct that they'll be bigger with more to do. Okay. Your wild area sucked. Sword and Shield sucks. You have a Gigantamax form of Sobble's final evolution that looks like it's holding a sniper rifle. Yeah. Game Freak, I think it's just time to pack it in at this point. I think it's time to just pack up the Pokeballs, pack up the potions, pack up all the Pokemon. Just leave me a Pikachu, a Diglett, and a couple others that I liked, and just call it a day. This is nuts. $124.95. One site's charging for this. I guess it's a Nintendo site. You're getting new outfits, new rival, new Pokemon. New to the Galarian region. So, like, you're getting Slowpoke, Ivysaur, Squirtle. There was an entire list, but it only had, like, the final evolutions. I know you're getting the legendaries. And there are people that dug into the game, and they're like, oh, I found Reshiram, I found Zekrom, I found this, and I found that. And there are people going, oh, well, they just hacked it into the game. No, they didn't. They proved it, too. So they're like, I didn't hack this into the game. This is in the game's data. And it is. It's in the game's data. I said somebody would dig through the game's data on launch, and they would do some digging, and they would find data in that for other Pokemon. And lo and behold, I was right. So, 1, I was right. 2, I was right. And 3, Game Freak is freaking wrong. This is just, unholy. This is not even. No, it's unholy. I'll go with it. This is unholy. This is everything. It's unethical, immoral. This is basically EA Sports levels of stupid. And Game Freak is now doing it. Hey, let's charge $30 for a game that wasn't done the first time. That we charge $60 for. Just jam it in there as a brand new game. It's basically post-game content that you're jamming in there, which is great. Oh, we're just going to jam the post-game content right into a DLC. You can use your save data, which is pretty much, oh, look, I beat the Elite Four. Hey, cool. I'm the new Pokemon champion. I beat the champion. Yay, cool. Credits roll. New game, continue game. Hey, look, post-game, save data, I can still play. And now it's, oh, I get a new region as DLC. Not gonna lie, we kind of figured at this point the DLC would probably be a thing. I was hoping it was gonna be free. Yeah, sure, let's do paid DLC. $30 or $45 for the bundle. I don't even know what the hell they want anymore for it. I don't even know if it's individual or if you buy it together. They could be individual. You got to spend $60 in for both, or you could buy it off that one and get it for $45 and save $15. I don't know. I don't know, because there's not enough evidence and information out here to say, oh yeah, this is how much it is, or oh yeah, this is what it is. No. It goes one way, then it stops, and it goes another way, and then it stops, and it just doesn't give you any decent, concrete information, because my guess is that Game Freak isn't done making it up as they go. And they should have just looked at this and said, well, we screwed up the first game, let's make a brand new game. Well, we're going to screw that one up too. Yes, but we're going to screw it up with style. Yeah, because you get clothing for your character, a new rival. It's a whole new freaking game that you're shoving into the old one, and it's wrong. If use the game, give the devs more time. Yet, Colonel Ben over on Twitter had a great thing saying that the game industry can't go on like this. They can't keep working with the mindset that there is only a finite amount of money in the world to buy this, to do this. Give the game developers more time to complete the game. Don't rush it out the door to meet a holiday deadline or a specific point in time. Give them time to finish what they're working on. This game was rushed out because Christmas was coming. They wanted to get it on the shelves before Black Friday so that they can make a crap ton of sales with Switch combos and Pokemon fans and everything else. That was why Sword and Shield came out when it did. It came out, and it was not met with great reviews. There were hardcore gamers that weren't exactly enjoying it. There were Pokemon fans that were kissing its ass and calling it ice cream. And there were some that were being indifferent towards both. You have the, as they call themselves, professional Pokemon players attacking anyone that badmouthed the game, myself included, claiming that because we're not professional players, that we shouldn't have a say in whether or not the game is good or bad. No, I kind of think we should. I played Pokemon since Sapphire. Okay, I played Sapphire, Pokemon Sapphire to Pokemon White. Those were the games that I played. I played Sapphire, I played Fire Red, I played Leaf Green, I played Coliseum. I played Pearl, I played White. 7 games. Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Coliseum, Pearl, White. Okay, six games. 6 games. Okay. My apologies. 6 games. Well, yeah, 6 games. 6 games. 6 games. 6 games. So, I played that. That means that I, A, have an understanding of how Pokemon games work. B, I enjoy Pokemon games. C, I think as somebody who's played said games and likes said games, I should have a say. And regardless of whether or not I play in your online tournaments or not, it doesn't matter. This is scummy what Game Freak's doing. This is basically, they know they're not making any more money on Pokemon at this point. The bubble burst when they announced there's no more national decks. The bubble crashed and burned when they said they want to make a Pokemon game per year. Which, first off, they're already BSing you because, hey, guess what? This is your new Pokemon game as DLC. That's what it is, basically. In a nutshell, here's your new Pokemon game. Every year you're going to get a brand new game as DLC. So they should have just named this last one Pokemon Infinity, had one game, and just said every new installment is going to be DLC. And made it so that you play for 8 hours before you get to the gym leader. The first gym leader. After you beat that one, you gotta wait till the next DLC download for the second gym leader. And that'll be another 8-hour adventure. And then after that 8 hours, then you get to take on the second gym leader. And, so on and so forth, ad infinitum down the list. And then, the kicker, to make sure that you're making money, charge them $5 to $30 per pass. and tell them that, well, this is going to include this, and this. It's bullshit. It's BS. Their claims were that they had to do this to save on space. They were called out on it. They said that they had to make all the models from scratch. They were called out on that. They said a whole bunch of lies. Basically, if you've ever seen that Fallout 76 video, Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies, it's basically that, and Game Freak can be thrown under the bus for it as well. With Game Freak going, them going, Tell Me Lies, Tell Me Sweet Little Lies, and it's basically Game Freak, we will never remove Pokemon. No, they did. And now they're throwing them back in because they realize that fans aren't playing this game. They've realized it. I'm pretty sure they've realized it. But the kicker is, and I want to stress this, the game came out in November. Okay? It is January, and they're announcing DLC for it. The game came out in November, and DLC's coming in June. 8 months, basically 7 or 8 months after it comes out, that's when DLC's dropping. And then a year later, basically almost, you're getting the second form of DLC. And then I take it in 2021, we'll have the next Pokemon game. And then the cycle continues. It's slippery slope, and we're running right down it again. And thank you, Game Freak, for just throwing everybody under the bus and not caring. Of course, you have your hardcore gamers, and they're the ones that are pretty much going to look at this and go, this is the greatest thing ever. We're going to make so much money. Pokemon is so great, and Game Freak are wonderful people for bringing us to us. I personally think at this point, Game Freak royally screwed the pooch. They know they screwed the pooch, and they just don't want to admit it for the sake of, if we admit we screwed up, they're not going to want to buy our stuff. Yeah. Pretty freaking much. You admit it, we're not buying it. I mean, I'm already out because you have a system in there that prevents you from catching higher level Pokemon unless you have a gym badge for it. You have a system in there for raid battles, which I thought were the stupidest thing for Pokemon Go when that got announced. You have a system that segregates Pokemon based on the region that they were in unless they're in the Galarian Pokedex. They can't come into the game. You have so much other crap that is wrong with your game, and instead of addressing that and finding ways to improve upon that, you're dropping DLC. I don't get it, Game Freak. I just don't. But yeah, so DLC's coming. It's going to be expensive. It doesn't matter at this point anymore. You're going to be spending an arm and a leg. And what I'm afraid is going to happen is that people are going to buy the season pass. It's going to work for one DLC. They'll have to buy it again for the next one. And both DLC are going to suck. And then Game Freak's just going to look at this and go, well, we should have just put it out at the first place. $60 for a base game. $30 for DLC. At least one site's claiming 30. Then I found that other one that's $124.95. Either way, you're spending almost $100 for a Pokemon game that should have been completed when it came out. No DLC required. DLC has never been in a Pokemon game, except the only thing you could even possibly consider close was X and Y, because they had to put the patch in to fix a glitch. That's it. It's like the closest to DLC you'd even get. No, and no. But yeah, sure, whatever. This game's going downhill, and the Pokemon Company's going down, and Game Freak's going down. You're all going to go down. Well, you want to go down swinging. Be my guest. Go down swinging. You're going to bottom out at some point, and there's going to be no safety net, and I can't wait to see when that happens. Alrighty then, everybody. I think that's going to pretty much do it this week for the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Don't forget to have your Q&A questions submitted for this month's Q&A video, as I'm still going to be here. I guess. I should be. I don't really see any reason why. I think I had the date already set. I don't remember what I said. Oh, yeah. 25th. Cutoff 25th. And that way I can put it up that week. So, yeah. Try to have them in by the 25th. I should probably... because that following week's going to be a little more screwy than usual, I should, in parentheses, be able to put it up hopefully Thursday. If not, I'll try to put it up Tuesday, because have to change up that week a little bit due to other things going on, so that'll be fun. But, yeah, I should probably aim for that. But either way, try to have it in, like, either the 25th, 23rd at best, if I change it. So, anywhere between the 23rd and the 25th, and then I can do the Q&A, and then I can put it up. I mean, worst case scenario, I could even put it up on Monday if I have to, so long as I don't have to work. Then again, I could probably just fix it up and then just, put it on a thing and upload it via my tablet like I did my discussion video. That was fun. But anyway, yeah, that's about all I got for this week. So, I keep saying that a lot. Thank you all for tuning in this week to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you hated it. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring the notification bell. And check out my Twitter page, @OTakeRoad. Check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And I am Andrew Rhodes. I'm checking out. I'm out of here. I'm done. Bye-bye, everybody, and have a wonderful week.